So good morning everybody, I am Jayashree, Department of Biomedical Engineering. I am going to take the Biology for Engineers Introduction to Life, Characteristics of Living Organism, Basic Classification, Cell Theory and Structure of Prokaryotic and Eukaryotic Cell. So what does it mean to be alive? There are 8 characteristics of life. No single character is enough to describe a living thing. They must have all 8 characteristics. Okay, living things are made up of cells. Initially, the living things are created with made up of small cells. Living things can also reproduce. Okay, third one is what? Based on the universal genetic code. Based on the parents and based on the grandparents, it will based on this living things based on the universal genetic code. And living things grow and develop. Okay, and fifth one is what? Living things obtain and use materials and energy from natural sources or from sunlight or from water or whatever may be the materials available in the environment. It can use and it may energize themselves. And living things respond to the environment. Living things respond to the environment. It can also respond to the environment. It can maintain a stable internal environment, homeostasis. Taken a group living things chance over time. Okay, let us see what do you mean by unicellular or multicellular. So first one is what? Made up of cells. The first point we already seen that living things are made up of cells, right? So there are two types of cells, unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular is what this pink color. This one is what? Unicellular. This one is a big nucleus which is surrounded by this endoplasmic reticulum, plasma cell membrane and ribosome and lyosome, mitochondria and Golgi. So this forms the unicellular organism made up of one cell. This cell is made up of only one cell. That is what? Unicellular. The name itself we can identify unicellular. Next one is what? Multicellular. In this multicellular, it is made up of more than one cell. That is what? Multicellular. In the ribosome and the nucleus, this big nucleus forms the difference between the multicellular organism. So number 2 is what? Reproduce. So we can see the reproduce. There are two types of reproduction. Number 1 sexual, number 2 asexual. So number 1 sexual, we already know that we have we have parents. With this form we have a sexual reproduction of the child. When asexual, by the seeding itself, by the plant we can see this for planting, right? This forms the another plant by the branches of this tree. This is from this asexual. So next one, DNA. So DNA is the genetic code found in every cells. DNA is inherited from parents and control your traits. The important form is that was DNA. Number 4, growth and develop. All living things can grow and develop. The first one is what? Crayphosis. If you insert a seed into the sand, that is what? Crayphosis stage. After that, there is a small growth in the crayphosis stage like a green doll, radical. It forms a radical. After that, the seminal roots and form and colopetal is formed. That is, the seed will grow upside also. After that, it is what? It forms the seminal roots, and within that colopetal extends this. So after that, this radical forms the first leaf. So first leaf forms by using this mesotyle. After that, at last it forms the final roots and adventurous roots. Adventurous roots in the sense the main root forms this in the side by side. Once the adventurous roots, and then first leaf, the plant will grow. First leaf, second leaf, third leaf, etc. This is what the growth and develop. Next one, fifth one is what? Need of materials and energy. With simply planting the plant is not enough. It needs some water. It needs some good sand. It needs some sunlight. It needs some energy for photosynthesis. This metabolism is the process of using those materials. This is what? Need of materials and energy. Next one, sixth one is what? Response to the environment. We can also we can get the nature very very clearly. That is what, when you're going to walking at the early, we can get the good air, right? We can get the signal come from inside the organism. External assembly, the signals comes out from outside the organism. Next one is what? Maintaining internal balance. Despite changing condition, we can maintain the balance, internal stable as well as the balance. The process of keeping the internal environment stable, balanced and constant is what? Maintaining internal balance. At loss, change over time. Over hundreds, thousands and millions of years, organisms have potential to change. That is what evolution. Okay. Up to this we have seen that unicellular, multicellular and 8 stages of life. Let us see in detail in the next class. Thank you one and all for this effective listening. Thank you all. Thank you.